There we go. That's what I wanted. All right. We got a few people in the chat. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah. Hey, Omar. So, welcome everyone to a special live episode of Reels Talk with Amanda and Omar. As you guys know, a few weeks ago we did a live episode where we kind of went over and discussed what we wanted to see with the future of the MCU. Obviously, with that, there's a lot of gray area because they are very secretive and do not have a lot to share until they have a lot to share. So, someone had mentioned they wanted to see a episode where we talked about the future of the DCEU and their movie properties and what they plan on doing with their movies in the future. And so we wanted to give the fans what they wanted and decided to do a live discussion because it's not fair to do one without the other, right?
Right.
Right.
I was just checking the volume. Is
good?
Can everybody hear us okay?
Yes. Can everyone hear us?
That's what we want to know. If you guys can hear us. Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about today, like the future of the DCU and what movies are coming out for sure, or what movies have been talked about for the last, I guess, year, right?
Yeah, last
We're
year.
not going to talk about like Joss Whedon's Batgirl because I bet by now that thing is probably canceled.
Yeah, they haven't, obviously made a lot of mentions about that. So what we're going to talk about is stuff that we know has been confirmed and things that are upcoming that actually have dates. There's a few movies, obviously, we know that already have dates and everything like that. So let's go ahead and kick it off. Let me get my stuff up here. So the first thing we've got with the DCEU. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the CEO of Warner Brothers, Kevin, I'm probably going to butcher his name, guys, is Sugihara.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
He said in an interview with LA Times recently that what they're doing with the DCEU is not going to be connected movies. They're going to be connected, but not in the same way as what we've seen with like Marvel movies or what they've tried to do with the last previous movies leading up to Justice League. It's still a connected universe, but the stories aren't not going to be connected themselves. So that's kind of a thing of the past for right now. It could pop up in the future. For what we can tell, everything they're doing is going to be individual, like focused stories that just exist in the same universe. And that's kind of how Shazam was. For those of you who have already seen that, it was very much its own contained movie, heavily saturated by the fact that these other characters like Wonder Woman and Aquaman and stuff exist, but they're just not heavily involved in that particular story. It is Shazam's story. All the villains are Shazam's villains. Or Captain Marvel in this one, he's Mr. Spring, whatever they call him.
Sparkle Fingers?
Sparkle Fingers, Mr. Sparkle Fingers. So that's something to keep in mind moving forward with the DCEU. They're not going a Marvel route, which I think is a smart idea. So the first movie that is up and running, we know that's coming out, is going to be the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, with Todd Phillips directing. That's the guy who did The Hangover, if anyone's familiar. And Scott Silver, who's written for like 8 Mile and The Fighter. He's
okay.
A writer on
so
that.
When does this movie come out?
That comes out October 4th, 2019. So that comes out in October. That's the first one we're going to see. And obviously they just did a teaser trailer not too long ago, so everyone's got to see a full 2.5-minute trailer, which seemed, we just were watching it and it seemed on point. Interesting take. We never have seen an origin story really of the Joker on screen before, so a lot of surprise cameos by other people, and it's definitely set well before anything.
It looks like it's early 80s, late 70s. Yeah. I have never been a big fan of this idea of the Joker. I don't think the Joker needs to have an origin story. I like the idea of the Joker being its own little, just weird conundrum in life. Like, it doesn't need an explanation. Not everything needs an explanation. I wasn't a big fan of the Wolverine origin comic book either, but the movies forced them to do it, so hey, whatever.
I wasn't a big fan of them.
So, I did enjoy the teaser trailer of the Joker. If it's a standalone movie, its own little pocket universe,
which I think it is, like an Elseworlds kind of thing, yeah.
I'm okay with that, and I think I agree with Warner Brothers. Who was it? The CEO?
Kevin Sugihara. I apologize if I mispronounced his name.
Well, I kind of agree that's where they need to go, because Marvel has all the movies that are interconnected, right? So they're doing their thing, and that's working for them. Good for them. For DC, they can make it work if it's a standalone universe. Then I can take it with a grain of salt. Okay, sure. The Joker can have his own little pocket universe, and he can have an origin, whatever. So this guy's name is what? Adam? Arthur, right?
Mhm.
Arthur seems like he's gonna have a really bad day. So a mix
A day
between The
Gotham.
Killing Joke and Falling Down, right? I don't know if y'all
Mhm.
remember that movie, Falling Down, with Michael Douglas, where he just
Yes.
had a really fucking bad day and started just beating the shit out of people with a baseball bat. So that's what it kind of feels like, and with a little what's it called, Christian Bale Machinist,
Very
with
Christian
him
Bale,
really
yeah, with his
skinny
form and
the way that he's dancing, he seems to be taking care of
exactly.
his mom. So I don't know, whatever, we'll go see it because my coworker wants me to go see it. I'm sure.
By coworker, he means me.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
paid for this, but still we are coworkers.
You're right. You're right. So the origin may be tied into The Killing Joke, Lloyd. I don't know. We really don't know. We got little from the trailer. It looks like I said, it's set in the late 70s, early 80s. It looks like there's a young Bruce Wayne that he's making smile. And I guess in this universe, this Joker's a lot older than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, a lot older.
Thomas Wayne. We don't know if he's a doctor in this universe, but he's speaking against people that wear masks. Really, for what it is, it looks creepy. I like what's his name, Joaquin Phoenix. So I'm sure it will be a fun movie.
I agree. Yeah. So the next one that's coming out after that is going to be Wonder Woman 1984 in 2020.
That I really like. I like this idea of a Wonder Woman because we know Chris Pine is back.
Yes, so we're trying to figure out how he's coming back. And I assume
Dreda's coming back.
I think so. And then we have Kristen Wiig playing Cheetah.
Okay, so the way that I took this when they said that we are going to just go ahead and make everything its own little universe is this movie is going to have nothing or very little to do with the movie that was set in World War I.
I agree, yeah.
I think it's going to be Chris Pine playing Steve Trevor again, but it's this incarnation of the 80s Steve Trevor. It's like it's almost kind of a cool way of saying, hey, look, we're acknowledging the fact that there's different Earths. We are drinking
Sig Lusher.
It's
a local beer in Frankfort, Kentucky. So if you guys want to support local breweries,
drive down to Frankfort, Kentucky.
They do not distribute it many places right now. They just opened up like 6 months ago, but it's very good beer.
Amanda likes being trendy, and that's what
I'm a hipster. No, I'm
she
not.
is such
I'm
a
really
hipster.
Not,
you
though.
are a hipster.
Okay, anyways.
So I like this idea of, hey, we acknowledging the fact that there's different Earths. Everything is his own little universe, and we're gonna restart it every time. Yeah. So if I'm okay with a Wonder Woman in World War I, and I'm okay with a Wonder Woman in 1984. So I do not paracon, but I like different kinds of beer. So that's
that's good.
I'd like to hear more about that.
Yeah,
so that's cool. I'm down with that. What do you think about that?
As far as the Wonder Woman movie, I mean, I enjoyed the first one. Honestly, I'm sure it'll be good. It'll
Visually,
be a great film. I think it'll be. I love seeing period pieces myself.
Finish that sentence.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I do not. I'm not a fan of periods at all.
Okay.
On sentences.
Yeah, but I'm very much a fan of period pieces with superhero movies, as long as they're done well. So looking forward to see how Patty Jenkins shapes up this new movie.
Do I like Wonder Woman, the movie? I think visually it was really pretty.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly, this is a completely different conversation, but the Wonder Woman movie, like the colors and the tones, like
they did a really good,
almost better than most of the Marvel movies. I say most. There are some because Marvel movies seem to be kind of, I don't know,
formulaic.
No. I'm talking about the special effects and the after effects.
I'm sure you've all heard Omar. He seems they've gone downhill because they're getting
CG is just not as great as it should be.
Yeah.
Too much relying on CG and not enough on practical effects. Anyway, what are we talking about next?
Next one we're talking about is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
What kind of title is that? I gotta comment on this. Wonder Woman's like softcore porn.
Are you talking about the current one?
Dude, you need to get HBO down there. I think Patacon's from Argentina. You get HBO? Man, there's this series called Real Sex. That's softcore porn.
Or
that
Cinemax.
That shit got me through middle school, dude. Anyway, sorry.
You can watch Game of Thrones. That's softcore porn.
True.
It's true.
All right.
But so Birds of Prey, it just wrapped, I think, last week.
Is this Jim Mint channel? Two people dining beers? What the fuck?
Friday night comic guy. Sometimes we deserve a little break with a beer. No, but so it has Margot Robbie returning as
Harley
Harley
Quinn.
Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Ewan McGregor's playing Black Mask. Super excited about that because I think Ewan McGregor is a phenomenal actor.
I agree. I think he's a great actor.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing the Huntress. If you guys don't, she was in Scott Pilgrim. She played his. Is her name? Oh, I forget her name. I can't think of it now.
Knives?
No, not Knives. The girl he was going after that he wanted.
Oh, she's.
Yeah.
What?
That's Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
She's playing.
That's what I said, yeah.
Huh. Who's
And
playing
then,
Black Canary?
Journey Smollett Bell is
She's
Black
gorgeous.
Canary, which she was in Friday Night
She's in
Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
And then Rosie Perez is going to be a detective named Renee Montoya, and then Ella Basco is Cassandra Cain. I think she's playing Orphan and not Batgirl, but I could be wrong.
Montoya's in this?
Yeah.
By Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez, that's what I said. Yes, the first looks came out and they had all these people. It did happen. She is beautiful, my number one crush. Who is beautiful and your number one crush?
Me.
Oh,
no, he's talking about
Omar?
Journey.
Journey.
She's
okay.
gorgeous. That woman is gorgeous.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be rated R, Scoundrel, as far as this concerned.
I don't know. I think Rosie Perez, like Montoya, I always thought she was, at least in the comic book, she always seemed young, like in her 20s. Not that Rosie Perez cannot pull off a 20-year-old, I guess, but she's 50 something.
But can I tell you what I'm excited for though? I did not know that Chris Messina is in it, playing the serial killer Victor Zsasz.
Zsasz.
Yeah, and for anyone who knows who Chris Messina is, because I want to do this because Omar's gonna hate me. He's the romantic lead in The Mindy Project. There you go. One for the.
Okay, you get one.
He hates that I love romantic comedies.
I don't hate it. I think it's
hate
wonderful.
It, but it's wonderful.
I just hate it when you make me watch them.
Yes. And he's probably gonna be working with Black Mask, I'm assuming. And it's gonna center around Cassandra Cain. She is gonna be a central figure that everyone is protecting her from the Black Mask because she's gonna stumble upon something of his.
Or
maybe
Batgirl.
Different.
She's my favorite Batgirl, by the way. So, I guess we'll see.
And
yes, Renee Montoya is the question. Well, she's supposed to be the question in the. Well, hell, I don't know. Has it been revamped in the Rebirth universe? I can't keep up.
Winstead. Oh, Nash Villains. Interesting. Awesome. I was wrong. You thought it was someone else. Go ahead. Okay, yeah. So, and that's expected to come out around February of 2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then after that, I think they're expected to have the Batman movie that Matthew Reeves is doing, which obviously we know that Ben Affleck's out.
How long has this been going on? This
a
whole
long
thing?
time, but they've decided to move forward just without Ben Affleck, and they're looking for a younger Batman. So of course, a lot of names have been dropped. I don't know. Anyone else have names?
Yeah, I see your names you wrote on here.
I
refuse to believe some of these.
But my favorite Adam Sandler romantic comedy is 51st Dates.
Are we going? Adam Sandler is going to play Batman.
That's who he's playing.
I see some of these names. Army Hammer, maybe.
Okay, these are names that people have been throwing out. If you listen, Jake Gyllenhaal's been a favorite. Ansel Elgort from Fault in Our Stars. Dylan O'Brien from The Maze Runner. You want to talk about young actors? They're not Jake Gyllenhaal, but the other.
What's up, Nerd versus Fat?
Younger actors. We've got Logan Lerman from the Percy Jackson franchise has been thrown out there.
This is out of
Noah
my
said to now from To All the Boys I Loved Before.
Jesus
Omar's
Christ.
hating this conversation right now.
What are we talking
Kit Harington from Game of Thrones has been thrown out. Aaron Taylor Johnson's name's been thrown out there for a young Bruce Wayne and Matt Reeves Batman, which you guys know him as Quicksilver or from Kick-Ass. Richard Madden, obviously the other Stark brother. And then Robert Pattinson. Basically, if this person is a hot young guy who is in some type of romantic comedy or just a hot guy in general, his name's been thrown out there for this role. But I don't know.
It doesn't matter if they can act
or if they could be an actual good Bruce Wayne or Batman. They're just throwing names out there, and everyone's, I guess, seeing what sticks. So I'll be interested to see what Matt Reeves actually picks for the role of Batman.
You
could tell I'm getting a little drunk because I'm going on about all these actors.
She's had like half a beer. You're such a lightweight.
And Armie Hammer, was another one. But again, yeah.
I'm okay with them casting an unknown. I would love for them to cast an unknown and play Bruce Wayne.
Well, I mean, and most of those guys are fairly unknown.
You knew all of those guys.
I do because of who I am, but not everyone. Like, they're not massive movie stars like a Tom Cruise or anything like that.
Chile.
So,
It's one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen Geely once or twice.
Okay, Lloyd Wong knows 95% of these guys. That's more than me. I know like
Good.
15% of those dudes.
See, he said he's never heard of 90%. See, so I
Oh,
know.
not okay. He's
Thank
never
you,
heard
Lloyd,
of them.
for backing me up on that.
Well, if you watch like kid movies, like Amanda does, you know.
Not kid movies.
I'm sorry.
Young adult
movies. My bad.
And Game of Thrones. Yeah. So that's the Matthew Reeves. Not much has been said except that they're looking for a younger role. I'll be interested to see what they do with it and where they take that. I mean, I personally enjoyed the curmudgeon-y Ben Affleck. And I know they're doing an older Batman in Titans, which is not to do anything with the DCEU movies.
They casted Jorah Mormont.
Yeah, Jorah Mormont for that.
I have a man crush on that dude.
Yeah, I do too. Not a man crush.
Crush. I think you have a crush, not a man crush.
So yeah, I would be very excited to see that, but I guess we're going with the younger Batman, which I mean, how old was Christian Bale? And I think they were all pushing like in their 30s.
30s, right?
Like Michael Keaton, all them were in their 30s when they did it. So obviously, if they wanted younger, they're gonna have to go pretty young, and all these guys are, except for like Jake Gyllenhaal, are within that reasoning. So
yeah, cast an unknown. I would be good with that. And
apparently, they are unknown according to Lloyd.
Okay, according to Lloyd.
Thank you,
Thank you. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Good looking. All right, what's next?
And what's next?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That movie never gets made, and that guy gets taken off the project. Matthew Reeves gets taken off the project.
It's still slated for like June of 2021. So if they're gonna start doing something, they better get on it quick, because the next movie after that is gonna be James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which they're taking as a soft reboot. We know that Will Smith was not returning as Deadshot. They had added Idris Elba to the cast, but they're saying he's not playing Deadshot. They're leaving it open for Will Smith, because I think it was scheduling conflict, which is why Will Smith couldn't do the movie. It's just scheduling.
It's not because he didn't watch the first one.
But I enjoyed Will Smith in the first one. He was one of the few standouts. It's not Cara Delevingne, for sure. So.
I don't remember anything from the first one. God, that movie was bad. Even though it's an Oscar-winning movie.
But yeah, they have him, and then also John Cena has recently been cast in it too. And obviously,
the rumor
James
for a while
Gunn
was
knows how to cast
Idris Elba was going to play Deadshot,
but he's
right?
not.
But now everybody's thinking maybe Bronze Tiger, because maybe...
That's what I was thinking too, Bronze Tiger.
Thank you, River. Much love back to you.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers, Smotlock. Happy Friday night, brother.
And thanks, Nerd vs. Fat, for having my back. I know no one said I want him for Batman either, but it's hilarious that I just know who they all are.
Dave K, I just watched that video this week where Will Smith is telling the story of how he turned down the role for Neo. And I remember that. I remember when they casted him. And I remember when it was supposed to be Aaliyah that was supposed to be in that movie too.
Oh, man.
But yeah, she passed away.
Exactly.
And Jet Li was supposed to have a role, but scheduling. Yeah, Matrix has a big...
interesting history.
Yeah.
But I like how it turned out. Beside the point.
Yeah. We're a couple of nerds, Patacon.
Yes,
Are we both single?
We're not a couple.
Depends. If Amanda's had one beer, she's single.
Oh my gosh! No, I'm not. But no, we're not a couple. We're cousins. By marriage.
That's right. I love the Transformers of Enchantress in the movie.
Yes, Power Hour, Rick Nelson, go for it.
Maybe. Do you remember that? The Enchantress in the movie?
With Cara, are you talking about Cara Delevingne's role?
Yeah.
It was very CG to me. She's not one of my favorite actresses. Again, she's in a lot of those romantic comedies, young adult romantic comedies. I've seen her in a couple. She plays the same character. I'm not a big fan of her. That's probably just me, though.
Okay.
She's a model turned actress, so it's,
Well, she played the role then. She was the Enchantress. She was just moving around really weird, right?
Yeah.
When does this movie come out?
Suicide Squad? Expected August 2021. And for all those who are keeping score, that means Guardians Galaxy 3 is going to be even further out from that, because he couldn't work on that until he finished working on Suicide Squad. So just keep that in mind. It'll probably be 2022 until we see Guardians 3.
Okay.
Yeah, which is not to do with GC, but just for those who are interested.
Okay, the transformation was cool as how she calls on the Enchantress.
Yes, it is. That was cool, yeah.
I like the comic book, Suicide Squad. So, I mean, the movie was okay.
And it's a soft reboot, so they might I could see them keeping Viola Davis.
Why are they even doing a soft reboot, though?
Well, because I think what they're going to do is it's in a soft reboot in the way that they will have they might have some of the same characters, but then new characters come in to replace other characters. So it's not like a complete, like, they're not overhauling the entire cast and making a whole new cast of Suicide Squad members. They're probably, I'm assuming they're going to keep Margot Robbie's character in there. And of course, I don't know if, what's his name? Who played the...
Sorry, I was talking about Power Hour. I was
who
like,
played
somebody
Rick
get
Flag?
the...
I don't remember who played Rick Flag. I remember that actor's name.
Oh, the guy that was in The
Joel
Killing?
Kinnaman. Yeah, Joel Kinnaman. Sorry, because he was in a movie with Tom Holland. I remember things. So I don't know if they'll bring Rick Flag back. They might. But other than that, they're just going to replace... I imagine they'll replace some of the characters with new characters, like Idris Elba and John Cena's. And, you know, he did good with Dave Bautista, so he can do... And John Cena's a funny guy. I enjoyed him in, like... that Amy Schumer Trainwreck movie, and if anyone saw, what's that movie called? That he
Bumblebee?
Not Bumblebee. No.
I swear, if you say cock blockers, I'm
Cock
out.
blockers.
I'm out.
Blockers,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's on her own.
It was a
John Cena was...
He had to take beer up his... Never mind.
Yeah, what does that have to do with... What character is he playing in Suicide Squad?
Yes, Rock and Roll Rebel. Ezra Miller. It has come... For that Flash movie, the poor Flash movie, which we can talk about now since you mentioned it, it has gone to the last resort of the actor writing the script with Grant Morrison, which could have a number of effects. It was rumored apparently that, you know, for Hellboy, the new one, that both Ian McShane and David Harbour even took a pass at that script at one point. So when an actor has to get a hold of the script, it's a very interesting future for that movie. I don't know what's going on with that Flash. They, you know, besides that, there's no real release
like
dates.
Ezra Miller was talking about like writing it with Grant Morrison. Yeah, it's time to bounce, man. It's time to try to stop making these Justice League type of movies happen and just have fun with all these other characters like Shazam. DC has a huge library of characters that they can use, so I'm glad they're gonna go the Birds of Prey route, you know, and I'm glad they're. Plastic Man, I think that's one too.
Yes, Plastic Man was confirmed back in December 2018. So right now, Amanda Idoko is writing the script. This is her biggest project to date. However,
What is she from?
She's just done like small indie stuff.
Okay.
Nothing major. I think TV. So this is her actual first major motion picture that she'll be writing. And of course, there's no word yet of when it's going to start production or who's being cast. Apparently, I didn't know this, but when I was researching about Plastic Man, the Wachowski brothers, you know, the Matrix guys, had tried to get the rights or was trying to do a pass at a Plastic Man movie after the original
They're the
Batman.
Wachowski siblings now.
Yeah, okay, there you go. And that all fell through.
Really?
Yes. There were rumors back in like 2013 that he might appear in the Justice League. David Tennant might play him, which wouldn't be a bad. I mean, could be an interesting.
I feel like 12 of these are rumors.
But
still.
A lot of it is rumored, but a lot of that's the issue. There's a lot of rumors, a lot more than what we've got with Marvel, but they all have at least some script writing process ongoing. Whether or not the script gets finished, developed, casted is who's to say what ends up being the thing that actually comes out. But Ben Schwartz has been connected to that one too. The guy from Parks and Rec who played John Ralphio.
Oh God.
Yeah. He has shown support. He would like to be in Plastic Man. So
I think the problem with DC is that they talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they're like, I remember when Batman came out, they were like, okay, we're gonna start releasing some Man of Steel movies, and right off the bat, they were like, okay, we got 3 Superman movies coming out. They're gonna come out back to back, and then we're gonna have a Wonder Woman by Joss Whedon. None of that happened.
None of it happened.
As a matter of fact, Man of Steel 2 became Batman versus Superman. How? I don't know. And it wasn't even Christian Bale. It was Ben Affleck. Like, it was so weird. That's when I'm like, you know, they can say a lot of shit. That's when this whole thing with, like, Ben Affleck is writing a Batman movie. Ben Affleck is no longer in Batman. Ben Affleck is now only directing a Batman movie. Ben Affleck is out of Batman, and he's just going to write the script. And then it's like, Ben Affleck is back as Batman writing under... Fuck it, I'm done. I don't care until I see a trailer. And I didn't even believe this Joker thing until I saw the trailer, so...
It's a
crazy.
real thing. But I think that DC...
Paul Rudd, how are we...
Scoundrel was mentioned
Okay.
as a Blue Beetle. I would like a Jaime Reyes
oh, yeah.
Blue Beetle, but...
I'd love a
which I just
Firestorm
picked
movie.
up the other day. to read that. So I'm really excited about that.
Rick Nelson, I heard you mention
He made Rick Grayson.
Rick Grayson.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing Rick
Nelson
Grayson's name.
Rick Grayson.
I'm gonna wear a T-shirt.
I just want a Nightwing movie.
Hashtag Forever Dick.
As long as he looks like Grayson from the Grayson.
I'm gonna have to boot Philip Evans
out.
from the chat because mentioning Paul fucking Rudd.
I love you, Phil.
All right, what's next?
Okay, so after that, obviously we know Aquaman 2 is coming out in 2022 in December.
Obviously? I didn't obviously know that
until Yes, they have already confirmed
now.
it. Now, James Wan will be on hand until the script's finished written. We don't know for sure if he'll direct, but he'll be on hand as a consultant to help write the script. But whether or not he ends up just producing it or directing again is up in the air for James. So we'll see what happens with that. But we know we're going to get Aquaman 2. It made a ton of money. Same with Shazam. We'll get a second Shazam. They teased a new villain for the next one. And we also know Shazam was produced by Dwayne Johnson. So we also know we're probably going to get a Black Adam movie, which I'm excited about because everyone's been casting Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam for a long time. He's obviously funding that endeavor. The man has the money to do it. And I'd say Warner Bros. Is going to let him do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you
want
go.
anything to add to that?
No. The only thing I have to add is it's always a gamble when you're casting kids. So Shazam was a great movie. I'd love to see more sequels. But how long is it before these kids grow up? And it's like, oh, they don't need to cast adults. They could just play themselves as the adults. You know, I'm serious. They only have just a few, especially with Mary and Billy.
Yeah.
They don't have that long. I mean, before these kids actually start looking like young
adults. Yeah, so
yeah.
they just have to. Yeah, so they could definitely do it. Smart. He doesn't hate Paul Rudd because of Ant-Man or anything.
I'm just jealous of him.
I always call Paul Rudd a damn national treasure, and he doesn't understand why, or America's sweetheart. He doesn't see the point.
Actually, Philip is right. Philip Evans is right. I hate him in everything but Mac and Me. I fucking love that movie. Oh man, Johnny Rando, thank you. Jonah Hex will be amazing. I would love.
Because they could redo that movie.
Yeah, God, please do.
Please do.
Because
Sorry, Josh, you're great at Thanos.
But we could tie it into little Easter eggs in there, like the Wayne family coming in. You know, it's just it could be really cool. Like actually, like the new Jimmy Palmiotti Jonah Hex movie.
Yeah, rock and roll.
No, Paul Rudd was not good. How is this turning into a goddamn Paul Rudd episode? He was not good in Halloween 6. That movie sucked.
Rock and Roll Rebel said about apparently Amber Heard might be getting dropped because of what happened to Johnny Depp.
I heard that, yeah.
I have heard that too. Nothing's been confirmed. They got a couple of years. I think they won't drop her. I think they'll see what the fallout is and what comes of his counter lawsuit and everything like that before they make any determinations. Because we got quite a few years between what happened with her and Johnny Depp and when the movie comes out or even starts production. So I can see that type of thing. I keep out of the
zeitgeist
and we won't forget about it.
I keep so out of the loop on these things that Amanda had to explain to me what happened, and I'm like, what? All right, so yes.
Okay, there's one I did want to talk about that's interesting, that the Hollywood Reporter had reported on, a Aquaman spin-off, and I don't know if anyone has heard this.
My friend Chris's wife works for the Hollywood Reporter.
That's right.
Shout out to Natalie. Yep. Anyway, go ahead.
But apparently they're going to do a spin-off of Aquaman for The Trench.
What?
It's going to be written by Noah Gardner and Aidan Fitzgerald, who are newcomers, and James Wan and Peter Safran are going to be producing it. It's horror tinged, obviously, because even the scenes in the comic, when you read the Aquaman New 52, it's very horror tingy. I mean, and even in the movie, and then it's going to have a smaller budget than Aquaman, obviously.
Obviously.
Just because I don't know, none of the characters from Aquaman will appear. According to the report, so we're not going to have Jason Momoa in it. So I'm interested to see what is happening with that, as far as what storyline can you make of the Trench without Aquaman in it.
Oh, you can make it a horror movie. You can make a straight up horror movie.
Which would be interesting.
You can make it like this.
Since we're not getting New Mutants, someone better.
You can make it The Descent. Neil Marshall could direct it in water. I don't think Neil Marshall's going to have a job for a while though. But anyway, not his fault.
Not his fault. So that was an interesting one that when I heard about it, I had to bring it up because I wanted to hear what everyone's thoughts were on a Trench movie and what you guys were thinking. Who was Phoebe's BF?
No, we're not doing that game.
It was Paul Rudd. He was Mike.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I hate everyone. I'm going to start booting everyone on this fucking chat. All right, what's next?
Love you.
What's next?
Okay, so this is a fun one that, just so you guys know, they are doing this. It's not connected to the DCEU, but it will be a movie. DC Super Pets is coming out May 20th, 2021. So it'll have Crypto, Streaky, Ace, Comet.
This is an animated?
Animated, yes. I'm interested to see what kind of animation they do, because
Oh,
after Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see, is it going to be more along the line of what we see with DC animation, which I think is phenomenal, because I love Young Justice and the DC animated movies. I absolutely love all those, so it will be along the same vein as that. Are they going to try a different animation style? It'll be interesting to see what their
Who's casted as Crypto?
Oh,
Paul Rudd?
It should be
I had
Paul
to beat
Rudd.
Philip Evans into that fucking joke.
I'm gonna find
All right,
that.
so no, I'm trying to think. It would be a cute little anime. I assume it's gonna be like a kids movie, right?
I would assume so. Yeah.
I'd go see it. I love Crypto.
Yeah, I think it's
It's 2021, right?
Yeah, 2021.
Why does it have Kevin Conroy's voice? Is he in the movie?
He's playing Ace the Bat Hound. Yeah.
He's the voice of Batman. That's amazing. He's the
Yeah.
voice of Ace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kevin Conroy will be a DC.
Okay,
so that should be good enough.
I'm taking my kids to go see that. Paul Rudd for Crypto. Oh man.
Okay, so let's talk about another movie we know it is getting made. It has a director attached to it, and that is New Gods. Ava DuVernay from Selma. She is.
Whoa! New Gods is a thing?
Yes.
When is it coming out?
Well, I don't think it has a date.
They need to
yet.
hurry the fuck up because Eternals is right around the corner,
I know,
and this is basically
the
the same thing.
So Ava DuVernay is directing it. Carrie Salem, and Carrie Salem is writing the film.
Who are these people?
Ava DuVernay was the director of Selma.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yes, and that documentary on Netflix. Yeah, I don't remember the name. Yeah, if anyone knows in the chat, if they remember.
The Toys That Made Us?
Definitely not that
no,
one.
No,
yes,
no,
I think it was out of prison systems. Anyways, so then they're believing it's going to have Granny Goodness, Female Furies, Mr. Miracle, Big Barda, possibly in it as well.
Philip Evans beat me to fucking casting Mr. Miracle. Gilbert Gottfried for Batmite. Yes, that's actually perfect. Oh, I love this casting, by the way.
Yes, you guys are doing awesome, especially every time someone mentions Paul Rudd. Just because Omar's so upset about this.
No, New Gods would be really cool. Like,
yeah, and I think now Ava DuVernay did do Wrinkle in Time.
Okay.
So
which was not critically acclaimed.
Not critically acclaimed. The fantasy elements, I don't think it's has to do with the writings or
Pauly Shore, what are you guys doing?
The direction so much as the writing and stuff.
Paul Rudd, Pauly Shore.
It was very slow.
Let's go ahead and cast Carrot Top as Darkseid too. No. What's his name? Weird Al Yankovic, because he played him in what's it called? Teen Titans Go. Sorry, I'm just.
Paul Rudd is a good actor. I love you, man. Slam into bass. I love that movie.
Why would you? God, you love fucking. Okay.
I do love Paul Rudd. I was glad I met him and cried when I did.
No, we get really drunk.
I'm gonna need to get some more beer, guys. I'll be right back. So after that, we already know we talked about Black Adam. They've mentioned Supergirl. They mentioned Batgirl, but not a lot has been said about those recently.
So yeah,
not that I could do some searching on it.
So when was this last movie? Like, when was this last mentioned? The Supergirl and Batgirl movie.
Oh gosh. Well, last time when I did searches for it on the internet, it was like early 2018, late 2017. So it's been over a year since they've mentioned anything with those properties. I can't find anything on them really, like any hardcore evidence that there's like any writers. So if anyone knows, if they have any pockets, little nuggets of information, that would be helpful. I would love to see if they, I don't have it up here right now because I'm reading it right now, but Tom King's run.
Of Mr. Miracle?
Yeah, that's what Sora is saying.
That would be a really damn depressing and interesting kind of movie. But I like the idea of making these different kinds of superhero movies, right? You might as well have fun with them. Might as well make them unique and stand out. Because otherwise,
Aquaman.
Right, and I think that's what
stood out.
Yes. Shazam.
Even if Aquaman was cheesy.
Aquaman was cheesy as fuck, and it really didn't stand out that much. It was fun. I'll give you, it was fun.
And you enjoyed those underwater scenes, though.
Oh no, they were gorgeous. But
yeah.
I'm saying, but it wasn't unique.
Okay, it wasn't.
Other than it's fighting underwater instead of fighting in space.
Okay, there you go.
It was very anime-ish, though. We reviewed it on this channel, by the way. We did.
Same with Shazam.
Matthew Perry will be Big Barda. Are we casting friends as characters of the New Gods?
All right, Courtney Cox. Who's she gonna be then?
Is this pre plastic surgery Courtney Cox or?
Oh, scot-free, yeah.
So I have not heard anything about this. Oh my God, Neil Patrick Harris is the Riddler.
That actually is not a bad idea.
It's a good idea, actually.
It's a good idea. So the other last one we're going to talk about is the Green Lantern Corps. So it is.
This has been rumored for a while.
Yeah, it has been rumored for a while that they were going to do this because they have to make up for what they've done in 2011. Was it 2011? Yeah, when.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
There's things on the show we don't talk about.
Even in Teen Titans Go.
We don't talk about Berserk Season 2. We don't talk about Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds. And we sure as fuck don't talk about Paul Rudd in any goddamn movie.
It's funny because when we do Avengers Endgame, we're going to have to talk about him because he's going to be the one who saves the day, right? He's going to go right up Thanos' ass.
Wow, you like Joe Chip. Man, really, Constantine. I'm a big Hellblazer guy.
You mean
Constantine was okay. That was the Keanu Reeves movie.
I enjoyed that movie thoroughly. I like Tilda Swinton in it.
Okay.
And I like Keanu
I've only seen it one time. I tried it.
I've watched it quite a few times.
Maybe I liked aspects of it. I don't know. Ryan Reynolds for Hal Jordan.
Well, for the Green Lantern Corps, I think what they're trying to do is make it more of a buddy cop movie where it's going to be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart and not just... I would love to see all of, the Green Lanterns instead of, it's going to be more focused on that than just Hal Jordan, is my guess.
I don't think Hal should appear in it at all.
Should it be a different one?
It should be Jon Stewart.
Just Jon Stewart?
Or Guy Gardner.
Or Guy Gardner?
Yeah, pick one of those guys, or Kyle Rayner. Or
Hulk. If they want to go crazy.
You only need one representative.
This is true. One representative
of Earth.
Yeah,
so
I got it. But still.
Yeah, you sure as hell don't need Hal Jordan. Go ahead and cast whoever the hell you want as the Green Lantern Corps. Make it a fun movie based just in Oa, maybe 5 minutes on Earth, unlike Green Lantern. I would watch that. I think that would be good.
Well, I would.
Who would play Constantine on the TV show? Was the guy? Oh yeah. I haven't seen it. I just saw the guy that was casted as Constantine on the TV show.
The current TV show.
He was good.
Oh, you mean the one that's already that got canceled? Yeah, I remember that gentleman's name, but he was pretty good. He did some cameos on the CW shows afterwards too. Well, even though it got
Thank you for watching, Jeff. And Philip, yes, Omega Man would be great on screen. I would love to see that. That was a good. Tom King also had a good Omega Man run. Comic guy, how many fucking shots of vodka have you had? Nobody thinks Green Lantern is a great movie. But man, if you liked it though, that's great.
Who would you see as Guy Gardner?
Jesus, who would I see? Larry the Cable. I'm trying to think of.
Because they say he's kind of like the redneck, right?
He is the redneck.
Yeah. Huh.
Anybody?
Owen Wilson? No, I'm just kidding.
Anybody that would look good with a bowl cut.
Bradley Cooper? He could play redneck.
Cooper? What?
I don't know.
That guy's way too good looking to play Guy Gardner. He was up for the role of Hal Jordan.
Yeah, I could have seen that. Yeah.
Rupert Grint. Who's that, Amanda?
Rupert Grint is Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley.
What the hell's happening here?
These people know me.
Omar, near mint. What is your thoughts on John Cena replacing Dave Bautista? Has other movies to do. Is he replacing him in something?
I don't.
Is he replacing him? He's not replacing
he's
him
not
in Guardians, right?
Guardians. I think he's in Suicide
Stiller as Simple Jack. Okay, that wins. Oh, okay. Yes, that's the perfect. Yeah. Ben Stiller. God, I love that fucking movie.
Me too.
I love Tropic Thunder. That's a good
never
one.
Go full retard. That's exactly what
Oh my God, I love that movie. And the fact that
oh my gosh,
you casted him as Guy Gardner. Oh, perfect. Ben Stiller, Simple Jack, Guy Gardner. Perfect. Episode's over. We don't need to go any further, right?
No.
Is Stiller alive? Yes, he's alive.
Oh, buddy, he's teenage.
Somebody else mentioned Kirk Douglas earlier, and I'm like, is Kirk
he
Douglas
alive?
still alive?
Leave it like this.
Well, I mean, I know he's alive, but I don't think he's like.
Is he acting?
I think he's like in his 90s.
I'm looking him up right now, guys. Give me a second.
You people. That was probably the last time I went to the movie theater and laughed my ass off, man. I love that fucking movie. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah. It's a good rewatch.
Oh, okay. He's replacing Peacemaker. Replacing as Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. Dave Bautista has other movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was Dave Bautista? Oh, because he's a James Gunn guy.
Yes, he's a James Gunn guy. Well, I mean, I still think John Cena's... I haven't seen Dave Bautista.
Apparently, he
in
can
anything
drink beer out of his butthole. That's why Amanda thinks he's a great
else.
actor.
That's not what I think. He's a comedic actor. He's good at comedy. Have you seen Trainwreck? He was pretty funny in it.
Patacon, you don't like Ben Stiller? I love that guy. He used to have the Ben Stiller show, man.
Walter
Shows my
Smitty was
age.
a great.
Okay, no.
It was a great movie. What are you talking about?
It was cute.
And then Patton Oswalt showed up. It was a fun movie.
But that was like deep. I'm talking like comedic Ben Stiller.
Oh, well, I love Zoolander.
Sure, I'll give you that one. I like Zoolander, yeah.
in Dodgeball. He's
Triple
good in
H
Dodgeball.
pulled out Batista's nose ring at WrestleMania 35 with the pliers. What?
Whoa.
I don't watch enough wrestling. Okay. I'll give you that one. Ron Perlman is Kilowog. Yes. Oh, I love that guy.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Hunter Iggy.
I like that
Hunter
story.
Iggy really likes John Cena. So, you know what? Who would I... Okay, fine. Now let's play this game. You know what? John Cena would be a good Captain Atom. Right? He's a good Captain Atom. I like that. I'd see that. Yeah, sure. He's a big dude. Yeah.
He already did play a superhero in Mystery Men.
Not in canon. Not DC.
Not
doesn't
canon,
count. We're
doesn't
talking
count.
about DC
He
Comics,
can play
guys.
multiple superheroes. That's what Chris Evans did. So
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, what a great movie.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. That was what he
That was
said.
good.
That's
Yes.
what
That was
Siller
just
said.
stupid
Oh,
line.
let's just quote Ben Stiller now and dodgeball.
Yes. Smotlock knows the Ben Stiller show. Oh man, I love that fucking show. Oh man, that whole like
Mystery
90210
Men
spoof where like the guy was pretending to be a robot. Anyway, sorry. Fucking Chuck Norris. I'm surprised Chuck Norris like isn't casted in anything.
Seen the Expendables?
YWH. Oh man, Expendables 2.
Yeah, he was in
Expendables 2.
2.
Gary Sinise is the best to play Ben Stiller. What is happening with the chat? Yeah, at least we stay. We've gone somewhere else.
Where are we gone now?
All right, John Cena. All I can do is laugh. I love him
my gosh.
for WWE, but that's
So my question is to the chat. I mean, so we have a bunch of movies that they've obviously DC has thrown a lot of stuff at us. We know some of this is confirmed. We know some of it's already in post production, already ready to come out. I mean, so what are your thoughts on it? Is there any particular property that we've mentioned that you're really excited to see come out of the DCEU?
I gotta look at that list again. I forgot everything you
Okay,
just said.
Omar forgot it, so if anyone else could go back.
I'm ready for my Neil Marshall Trench movie that I just made up in my head.
It could be good.
Like, it could be a good horror movie. It's like The Descent underwater.
As long
Water's
as it's not
scary.
Completely like CG'd like the Hellboy.
No. He likes practical effects too.
Okay.
Black Adam. We talk about Black Adam?
We did. We mentioned
You
it.
did
Yeah.
that?
We mentioned
Where
Dwayne
was I?
Johnson. You were.
I was in the chat,
somewhere else.
right?
In the chat, yeah.
Oh my god, I want to be a Green Lantern comic guy. I could be Kyle Rayner. I'm still young enough. I could shave. Right, Amanda?
That'll make him look younger. That's it. That's what'll do it.
That's it. I'm getting a Bowflex. I'm going to commit.
Both him and Chris Pratt. Okay, Stephen Yeun for Nightwing would be awesome. I would love to see a Nightwing. I know we haven't talked about that because they haven't mentioned that being a movie, but I think a Nightwing movie would be great. We've seen so many Batman movies, right? That it'd be cool to see.
Well, Nightwing has his own little
I know we're getting a
mythos,
Batwoman
too.
series, and
they can set it in Bloodhaven, and he could be all moody and bitchy about how he used to be
hot Grayson and be.
Well, he's always hot. I mean, we're talking about Nightwing.
Hot. I know.
Come on.
I know. He's sexy.
God, that guy's gonna be impossible to cast.
Yeah.
Impossible to cast. Oh, Orion movie. That would be great. I really hope Armie Hammer gets
a
casted
younger
as
Matthew
Azrael.
Bomer would have been good, but now he's a little old. So.
Matthew who?
Bomer.
Who's
Well,
that?
he's Negative Man in Doom Patrol, but.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's a little, older, I think, for the role. Chris, they may have mentioned Nightwing movie. I did not
Peruvian
know.
Lantern.
Let me double check on that.
Oh man, Smartlock. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I gave up Titans after episode 5. This poor girl watched the entire thing.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, and I mean we didn't talk about the DC TV shows because we're focused on the movies, but
yeah, we're gonna have Maddie on for that one because she likes a lot of the DC animated shows too.
Yeah, and you guys know, you've all seen the news about the Swamp Thing, and there's a number of reasons they could have cut those 3 episodes maybe it looked better ending at the 10 episodes, whatever the case may be. Virginia Madsen probably shouldn't have posted anything on social media right after the announcement that she's the actor. She's in Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And
We were
she
gonna talk
deleted
about
her
that.
tweet, but obviously
I'd watch that Nerd versus Fat. Jessica Cruz and Simon Bass.
Yeah.
TV show. Those are the two new Green Lanterns. Do I smoke something? Of course I do. I'm Latino.
But not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, so Chris had mentioned there might be a Nightwing movie. Chris McKay, I think, was the director on it, but right now it's just back in October 2018. Last thing was it could happen, so it's nothing that I guess is set in stone at this point. Which I don't know why. I think Nightwing is a popular character that would do well. I would like to see a Nightwing movie with the good-looking guy casted as Nightwing.
Man, it's gonna be hard to live up to that. I thought casting Batman was hard. Casting Nightwing.
You want me to pull my Grayson?
Nope, we're good. The Marvel bullpen. I'd like to see that, Jeff. That would be a good series. So you still have the DC app, right?
Yeah.
Did they put any more movies on there? Like any more of the DC movies? I'm asking these questions.
Luckily, we're live, and you all know that I'm getting on my DC Universe app right now to check it out.
This is live.
This is what live TV looks like, guys. Let's see. Movies and TV.
Okay. Dave K. Omar, when are you guys watching those old movies again? I like the original Superman one you guys did. We've talked about some. Yeah.
We've talked about that. We wanted to put a poll up maybe and see what you guys want.
Yeah, we'll put a poll up, and I've got a few movie suggestions for Amanda that she hasn't seen, and it's gonna be interesting to see where that takes us.
Let's see. As far
what is worse, cocaine or Hickman's Justice League? Hickman? Did he write Justice League? I can't remember. I know he wrote Hickvengers.
I think There's a ton of stuff right now in the movies. There's Batman Under the Red Hood is on there.
I'm sorry, live action movies. Did they put any of Man of Steel, any of Nolan's Batman trilogy? That's what I was curious about. So it's on there now?
The original Batman trilogy's on there, or the original
Have you seen Aliens?
Batman.
Have you ever seen Aliens?
I think I saw the first one, not Aliens.
My 9-year-old daughter has seen Aliens. Okay.
I am not a horror.
That's the next movie. That's the next movie.
I don't like scary things.
That's the next movie.
The Descent was terrifying for me, guys. Batman Returns is here. Let's see. What
Look,
else
you just got a compliment. It says Omar's the bomb. Oh, I'm sorry. He misspelled Omar.
Thanks, K-Dog.
He misspelled Omar. That's
did
okay.
he?
Yeah, he did.
I appreciate
it. How did that happen?
Let's see. What else is live action? I wish they did this a little better. Batman Forever, Batman and Robin.
Douglas Smith says Aliens was so much better than Alien.
That's what I've heard. That's why I would like to watch it and see if it is better.
I
Even
agree.
though we'd have to watch it in the daytime.
I think...
Because I did watch Prometheus.
There's two type of people. Actually, there's three type of people, right?
Yes.
Two type of people is what we usually go with. There's alien people and aliens people. Okay. And then there's Planet of the Vampires people.
Yeah, there's not a ton of the live actions. The only one that's live action that's sitting on the app right now are all the old Batmans. So Michael Keaton's, Val Kilmer's.
So those are still there?
Yeah, but everything else is all the animated movies. Okay.
Yeah. I'll definitely put Aliens up there. I agree. Joe, I just watched Alien and Aliens just on OmniDog on OmniBros Live. Gives me so much shit for this. But I introduced my 9-year-old daughter to Alien and Aliens, and he's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, I was 7 when I watched those movies. She'll be fine. Dude, and she was fine. She loved it. She jumped at the right parts. I was so proud of her. And Alien, she couldn't believe was that old. Alien's like 40 years old today. Or this year, I'm sorry. It's a 40-year-old movie, and it still looks great, especially when you watch it, in Blu-ray or 4K. Douglas Smith looks like I'm the odd man out. Why? What did he say?
What did you say?
Aliens was so much better. No, I'm with you, Douglas. I'm an Aliens guy. Fucking Bill Paxton is one of the greatest characters of any movies. What are you saying? You rock. Much love, Sweden. Much love back to you, man.
Another movie that they've mentioned that, just like Nightwing hasn't really gone anywhere is a Cyborg movie. They have mentioned that it might be in the works.
That kid walked away from Cyborg,
yeah,
right?
well, that's exactly it. So I don't think, especially,
I
prefer the Cyborg in Doom Patrol too, so it'd be hard to,
aliens,
make that again.
My little girl, my 9-year-old laughed so hard when he said, whoop-de-fucking-do, and I looked at her, and she was like, she knows it's a bad word. It was so cute. She's like, I'm sorry, but it was funny.
Wait, what's Patacon talking about? Hitch? Are we talking about what Hitch?
Hitch like
Will Smith Hitch? Or something else?
Will Smith Hitch. Aliens. Alien was creepier for sure. Ridley Scott, James Cameron, old Ridley Scott anyway.
Yeah.
His newer Alien, oh man, his newer Alien movies hurt.
They are rough to watch.
I'd love to see Aliens versus Justice League, but that's never gonna happen. What's up?
I said I saw Prometheus and Covenant, and I was not.
Yeah, those were okay. Alien, Green Lantern.
Oh, Hickman. Okay.
Oh, Hitch at Justice League. Oh God, Cocaine. Wait, did you say which one's better or worse? I can't remember. Hitch wrote the first 26 issues, no, 30 something issues of Justice League Rebirth. They were horrible. They were shit-tacular. They were some of the worst comics I've read in a long time. But he's a good artist. Don't get me wrong, he's a good artist, but some artists are just not meant to be writers. The what's it called? Who took over that run? Christopher Priest took over that run, and that was solid. I like that run better, but yeah, Superman versus Alien, my friend. He knows what's up. Batman versus Predator needs. Oh my God, I love that run too, man. Dave, that was such a good book. That was a Dark Horse book. Andy Kubert drew the second one, I think. Solid. Oh man, Batman had to put on that Predator outfit too. Anyway, sorry, Amanda.
No, you're fine. It could be. Hey, why not?
Chris Evans as Captain Adam. No, Hunter. Hunter, we agreed that it was going to be John Cena as Captain Adam in the DCEU, man. Remember? You were a John Cena dude. Freddy versus Jason.
Well, I guess he changed his mind. He wants Chris Evans down.
Chris Evans. Huh.
Man can just keep playing superheroes the rest of his life.
Convince you to pick up the deluxe. Shut up, Lloyd. We don't talk about the fact that I have a problem. That I buy everything just about. Yeah, I'm a completist. I can't have volume 4 of something just because volumes 1, 2, and 3 suck balls. That's my issue. We're not even talking about Paul Rudd.
No, we're not talking about.
Are we over? Do you prefer a Powder, Enema, or Green Lantern movie sequel? Enema. Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, interesting thing though. Predator is owned by Fox, which means it's owned by Disney. So I don't think.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, of course. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. But no, well, they're going to keep making those movies, by the way, in case anyone was interested in knowing that. When they said that's one of the properties they're going to continue.
Interesting that they're going to go on that.
Yeah, well.
Hold on, somebody said something. Dave K said, Omar missed the budget show last night. Yeah, I told Jess my idea for the next Thursdays is quit being a bitch and upscale. They were talking about, oh no, they were like downsizing. That was the name of the episode. My episode name is going to be quit being a bitch and upsize. See, this is what happens when you... He
tries to tell me every day, and I'm like,
This is what happens when you come from Peru and you grew up poor. You make up for it when you're older. You should do an Alpha Flight casting call. We should! Oh my God. With her, yeah, this is what she does. She loves casting people. Like, this is... I thought this is the stuff you daydream about. That's when I asked you when we did our episode. Whoops, hasn't aired yet. Never mind.
Yeah, that Omar just gives everything away. Yeah, we should do an episode where we cast some of this stuff. That would be a lot of fun.
Omar is not on a budget. Guys, I lost my job for like 4 months, and I was sold so much shit to buy more shit. That's my problem. But I still managed to pay bills.
Sir, I liked Son of Batman was a fun movie for me. He's talking about our favorite DC animated movies.
Oh, DC animated?
Yeah, because I honestly hadn't watched a lot.
Who was asking about that?
Sura.
Okay.
I hadn't actually watched a lot until I got the DC Universe app. I guess last year technically because it was in 2018 in the fall, and so I started watching a ton of them. So I like Damian Wayne. I think he's.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like the way they're being animated now. I'm gonna go old school and say either Mask of the Phantasm or Return of the Joker. That's my favorite DC animated movie. They were fucking phenomenal and still stand the test of time. They're both excellent movies, and Return of the Joker was the Batman and Batman Beyond movie. Sort of.
Yeah, classy. Ulysses like Omar drinking game every time Lex Luthor says God.
God, that stupid movie.
And he's still technically a Lex Luthor.
No.
Well, I mean.
No, man.
I know.
No,
well.
he's not. They're gonna do anything. Get rid of that.
It'll be good. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they ever should have casted him for that role. I mean,
Powder Call, Red Hood and the Outlaws is the best DC Comics series ever. You talking about the New 52 or the Rebirth?
We're going to read a version of that soon on Old Reader, right?
Probably, just to show you how crappy the New 52 version is.
Well,
gotta go, you two. I'm drunk and need to go to bed.
Showed us something that we completely disliked. or something that he disliked. We never picked a book like that. It's always a book he liked.
Okay, Rebirth is solid. You're right.
Okay.
Rebirth is a good run. Jess was fat and happy in 2016. That's what I got out of that video. Yeah, man, because he was like on painkillers and spending all this fucking money. Yeah, Smotlog, Red Hood and the Outlaws, Rebirth is solid. I don't think it's the best Rebirth run. I think there's a few others that I would like better. So, should DC or should WB release the Snyder
Cut? I don't think there's a Snyder Cut, guys. I honestly
thought there was a Snyder. I know there was a Snyder.
Wait, of what? BVS or of Justice League?
Well, the BVS has already been released.
Okay, that's already
Justice
been released.
League.
I don't know if it'd be any better. I don't know.
It had Darkseid in it, and Green Lantern, right?
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I think Aquaman movie 2 will be Aquaman and the Others. That'd be cool. And if they end up replacing Amber Head, I'm sure they'll replace her with somebody like Dolphin or whatever. Her name's not Head?
No, it's Amber Heard.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
H-E-A-R-D.
Both last names are stupid. One's a fucking thing on top of your shoulders, and the other thing is, hey man, you heard of me?
I'm glad you used that one. At least you didn't say like a herd of elephants or something.
The hell are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh man, we need more beer. Okay.
Yeah. But as far as the DCEU, those are,
Are they gonna CGI his beard in Aquaman too? Because he shaved it recently. I caught up with that. I knew what you were talking about.
He's got a few years to grow it back. It's fine.
Aquaman 2 will be Ursula and
He
Ariel.
seems like the kind of guy who can grow a beard fast.
Yeah. Apparently he hadn't shaved it in a while though.
Well, he'll make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about now, Amanda?
No, I mean I think that's
feelings. We still got. What time is it?
8:56.
Oh, okay.
Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, that's pretty much as far as the DCU is concerned. They have a lot of stuff that they've slated or has been propositioned, unlike the MCU, which is purely speculation. And it's interesting to see how different the two ones are, right? So DC throws stuff out there. I almost think to see what sticks in like the minds of the fans, to see what catches interest, to keep people interested, right? Whereas MCU doesn't need to do that. They can keep you in the dark because they already know you're kind of interested.
What is the movie, the Joker movie come out again?
In October, I believe so.
October 22nd?
Right? 5th, I think.
October 4th. We were both wrong.
But I can double check on IMDb to make sure that is accurate. Joker.
Wait, you didn't do extensive research?
No, I did do extensive research. Oh, it is October 4th. I did do extensive research, guys.
Okay.
So there you go. October 4th. Just in time for Halloween.
Wonder Woman 1984, right? That's the one I'm curious about.
I'm really curious about that one because we've seen a couple of sneak previews for like the Entertainment Weekly and like pictures and stuff like that, but not a lot more than that. Not any teaser trailers or anything. So I just want to see Gal back in action.
I want to see Gal.
And Chris Pine, because, I was excited to see him as...
He's got beautiful eyes.
Joker will be hungover with sauce. Woo! Man, that would be interesting.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Surya. I hope I'm saying that right. 14 days after his birthday. All right.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So, anything else, Amanda?
No, I mean, I think that's it. Yeah, they should do maybe a proper Killing Joke movie. But, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching tonight.
I said it right. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry. And thank you for joining us on this another great live episode. We really enjoyed doing these, especially talking with you guys about what's happening. We love the news. We know you guys love the news, too, on everything and speculating. It's a lot of fun. So with that being said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications of more great Near Mint Condition content. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels at NearMintCon.
Almost had our channel right.
Almost had it.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure to check us out on Patreon if you haven't. And if you can support us, please do. We'd appreciate it a lot. We thank you for everyone who has already come and supported us as our channel grows. And we have more content coming up in the next week. Now, keep in mind, we are going to be doing a live review of Avengers Endgame on Thursday, the 25th, in the evening after we watch it.
Yeah, so probably about 8,
9. It's a
9
3-hour movie.
Eastern
It
Standard
starts at
Time.
5.
All right, never mind. She's better at math
So
than I
it'll
am.
probably be like about 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing a live review. So if any of you have already seen it at that point, or just, we'll try to keep it non-spoilery. I might be crying throughout the entire thing, so it wouldn't matter anyway. You won't get much out of me.
Patacon saying bye, Amanda. I will dream with you.
Oh, well, thank you, Patacon. I'll
That's
dream
really
with you too.
That's really sweet.
That is very sweet. Yes, we'll enjoy the brews. We'll have to go buy some more.
Let's save the
right
universe. Now. What the hell?
He will
have to get one
universe.
last one in, then you, Philip. All
That's
right, buddy.
Good job, Philip. Anyway, so we have that coming up. Of course, we also have a Thursday show, too, coming up, panel episode called Will It Voltron, where a couple of us kind of come together and see how we can make different franchises or different things come together as one property. So that should be fun to watch. And
I've got my top 20 most wanted omnibuses from Marvel Comics.
Yes, and
I'm splitting that up into 2 parts. I'm doing that. And then Amanda and I are gonna start doing some reviews of like trade paperbacks that have come out recently. And
they're called Reviews in a Flash. So
that's what it's called.
Quick 5-minute reviews, non-spoilery, just giving you our
5
opinion.
to 8 minutes.
5 to 8 minutes, giving you our opinion of some, trade paperbacks you may have missed that you might want to check out.
Yep.
And then, of course, don't forget, we have our old renew reader, Avengers Kree Skull War, that you guys picked out.
Yep, and that comes out on Tuesday. That's a live show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we'd love for you guys to join us for that. Oh, yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Well, you got to sign us off, so give me enough time to go over there.
All right, we're going to have Omar turn this thing off.
Thank you for watching, Patacon.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. We don't have